A lot of people are on meltdown mode this time of the year.
I'm going through a meltdown.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Poker Central podcast. I'm the foreigner, joined by the American and the good-looking bastard right here, Nick Schulman. Yeah, is that pretty good?
Wow, so that's Brent Hanks there stealing the show and doing the best possible impression of my intro.
You got a blend of Kermit the Frog and I don't know.
I really don't believe
insert
that.
any European.
You were doing your Nick Schulman impression just now, and that was pretty close.
It's not bad.
Give us like
bad.
10 seconds.
Remko, I got to tell you, pal, I mean, working with fucking Nejad, I just, every day, I think it's just over.
And you should say scumbag a few times.
Little fucking scumbag.
Yeah.
Nick Schulman, welcome to the show. For everyone who thinks, what a mess, what's going on here? That's what happens when you're on day 4 of the main event. The wheels are coming off, and we got a few more days left before someone walks away with $10 million. Are we still going strong, Nick, or are you feeling sort of the summer wearing you down a little bit?
Maybe a little wear down at this point, I think. But, yeah, we're still going. There's still some more poker, stuff going on. Might play another tournament or two, depending on the main stuff, and some cash. But, yeah, a little bit of both. I'm all right. I can't complain.
What are you doing here today?
Got some commentating stuff I'm doing,
Who you working with?
With Ali
Is that
later,
right?
Brent. Yeah, I'm working with Pal. Yeah.
Oh, you guys got the night shift tonight.
We have the night shift
Yeah,
later.
okay.
Yep.
That'll be great.
Beautiful.
That'll be great.
This summer, of course, you broke the drought. The bracelets are back in the Schulman household.
That's right.
You added one to the collection, to the mantle.
Yeah.
Is that something that really amps you up, or is that just like nice money? Give the bracelets to the family.
They fade away really fast. The W's. I was amped up that day, but it didn't change my life too much. I don't think.
Jesus Christ! How rich are you?
No, the money was not. I needed the money. Yeah, but I mean the bracelet itself. The money was sweet. Yeah.
Do you know where the bracelets are? Do you give them to family members, or do you have a mantle? Do you have like a trophy cabinet?
No, I don't have a trophy cabinet. I don't put them on display or anything like that. I lost one of them, and then my mom has another, and this one I put in the daughter's room.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
nice.
awesome.
Yeah, I opened it up, and it's there next to the crib. Yeah.
So she knows what her career is going to look like in the
Daddy
future.
is a champ.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How is dad life, by the way? Are you sweet
excellent.
Juniper?
Oh man, it's good.
I love the pictures every now and then. You'll send them to me. Adorable.
Yeah, she's so cute. Yeah, I
Seeing
love
you in
it.
dad mode is
That
warms
man.
my heart.
Yeah, a lot of dads out there.
Yeah.
A lot of moms. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Seriously.
The main event is ongoing as we speak. What sort of memories of the main event do you have yourself? Because obviously you've played this.
3-betting Joey Chong with kings, having it come king, jack, deuce, losing that one, then getting it in 3 ways with aces versus queens and ace, queen, and losing
also
that one,
against
Brent.
Joey
Those
Chong?
are the fucking memories I have from this main event.
He's right here.
There
He's
he is.
He's right here. He just talked about how he
Go get him, Joey.
he showered you. Yeah.
Love Joey Chong.
Uh-huh.
Do you mean in general, like
in general,
memories?
This came from
look,
deep. I could feel it, but
No, I'm kidding with the bad beat stories. I mean, the main hasn't been that big of a part of my life, I think, for a while. I used to kind of come and torch it off in the main. I always had a sort of, like I wasn't ready for the grind or something, and there's cash games are going on, so I always sort of looked at it like, not a joke, but I would try to spin it really fast or get out of there. It hasn't, by this time of the summer, I'm usually a little bit sick of the Rio. This year, though, I really went for it. I just thought I was going to win. 2,600 players left. It was a wrap already in my mind, which is unhealthy, and here I am with you guys.
I mean, you did get fucked.
I got a little bit fucked, but a lot has to go right for you. Yeah, we're out of there. Yeah.
Brent claimed that he had so many ideas for this conversation to go off the rails, and yet he's being awfully quiet, Brent. What are you holding back, Brent?
I'm always holding back.
Brent is in a perpetual state of hold back, yeah.
This summer, I've realized a lot about myself. One, I think I hate the world.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, just right now, I think I'm in a moment.
Brent is just in a state of depression. He doesn't hate the world.
Yeah, I don't hate the world.
A lot of people are on meltdown mode this time of the year.
I'm going through a meltdown.
I understand.
I
understand.
I could use a little
It's tough,
online therapy.
Online therapy,
if you will.
Yeah, maybe some Skype therapy. So
maybe just
relax,
a vape pen,
Brent.
just some
vape
edibles.
Pen. Yeah.
Do you
have the pen on you, by the way?
I've never done Molly. No, it's in my car.
Okay.
We'll get to the pen.
You're not
That's
okay.
another thing. By the way, I think this is remarkable. you go outside and everyone's getting stoned on breaks during these events. Talking with Nick, we share the the love of the green. Stone sober, this guy all summer.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's fascinating.
Well, not all summer, by the way.
When you play,
but
I should clarify.
for the most part, I've gone that direction when playing. I mean, not stone cold. I might have been exaggerating a little bit, but yeah, not like I used to.
Right.
I'll put it like that, and not every break. I find I get a little bit too fatigued. I like to pace myself a little now.
Is it like a situation where in the past you needed it to sort of take the edge off because of the stakes and the pressure, or what?
Not so much the stakes and the pressure, but I think, I can be kind of an asshole, or it helps me, I think, to not, I don't really know. I don't know. I mean,
well, it's just a great feel. You bought a pen, you told me.
Yeah,
Are you dabbling at night?
Just a little sleep,
medication?
help.
Yeah. See, now think about that, right? He's
Yeah.
trying to. He doesn't use it because it puts you to sleep. So at the poker table, it's usually not great. But a lot of the kids, well, I shouldn't say kids, the players, they get stoned every break.
Yeah.
You go out there.
I paid my dues, man. I played a lot of poker stoned in my day. Played a lot of poker sober.
Have you dabbled in other drugs at the poker table? Is that something that
No,
had adverse effects, or
I haven't. I've never done like the speed kind of stuff, Adderall or any of that.
Never shot up a little heroin while you're playing.
Never done it.
Yeah.
Never banged H
Yeah.
when I play.
Right. Yeah. Could see that
No.
being a good drug.
No.
In general, though, from all your experience playing like these super, super long sessions, do you think it's common for those guys to like do a little on the side to like keep going?
I mean, I don't really play super long sessions, maybe partially because I'm not using, I mean, it varies, but yeah, if you see people who play 2 and 3 day sessions routinely, I think Adderall is a pretty common go-to for that situation, I think. I mean, I really don't know, honestly. I know people who do it, but, you know, I mean.
What is Nejad on? Is he on anything at all?
Nothing. That's the weirdest part.
How is, what?
Stone cold sober forever. Never has tried a drop of alcohol or tried weed. Do you know that?
Nothing.
I'm not kidding. But do you know that, like,
no.
I mean, never, he's never, I don't know.
I need to ask him.
I asked if there was, like, alcoholism in the family, which is a common one where sometimes people abstain, which I appreciate. You know, if somebody's parent is whatever. But no, not the case. Just one of these psychos who doesn't ever need to take the edge off. I mean, could you imagine that? Never needing to take the edge off? Respect,
which is crazy because he's, he's an absolute lunatic.
Right.
So he
Stone
could
cold,
use some
Stone cold
drugs.
sober, has never been drunk.
He needs a little alcohol or... wait, he's had a sip of alcohol, though.
Yes.
He's dabbled.
But he says he's never had more than, like, a drink in an evening. And he's never smoked weed before.
What a pussy, huh?
Yeah, huge pussy, yeah.
As you're watching the main event from a commentator perspective, what do you enjoy the most watching it? Because Brent every morning sends me about 700 text messages like, oh, this guy would be fun on TV. Oh, maybe this combination would work well. Do you look for something, a personality, a table talk, high-level play? Like, what do you care about?
I look for the high-level play, and I feel... I don't know. I mean, that's what interests me the most. I'm not a producer, though, of the show, and I respect that people have different kind of things that they're intrigued by watching. For me, what really gets me revved up is to see somebody whose game I appreciate, or somebody who I know, who I just sort of like, I guess, which I try to not bring into the booth with me, but... there's some real ones out here who've been doing it for a long fucking time. And when they get a hold of some chips in the main, somewhere around now, day 4, day 5, those are the most intriguing storylines to me. The amateurs who get a hold of chips and make it happen, I'm certainly intrigued by, and I appreciate that whole thing. I don't... shame a lack of like poker ability or whatever, but to me, what if a Jason Kuhn or if one of these dudes like gets rolling, that to me is like, are they really going to do it? Because there's some really great no limit players in the field, and I'd love to see one of them snap it off. Just I get sentimental about greatness, I guess.
It happens every year. Some killer will make the final table.
Some killer makes a
event.
run, either makes the final table or makes a legit bona fide run, top 100. And that, to me, really just gets me revved up, And I think celebrating greatness helps perpetuate sports. I mean, sports all have the superstar athletes that are great. And that's intriguing. Poker, sometimes a main event comes around and it's like, it's a big joke. It's like, let's watch these kind of different people from different walks of life, when it's like, there's great players getting zero coverage. It's a popularity contest, or it's what does the everyday sort of American want to watch, and I'm cool with that. Maybe that's the right product for whatever, but it doesn't really get me going the way, just like, I don't care if they have a hoodie, I don't care if they don't say a word, I don't care if they're slow. I like to watch great players like in big moments.
Have you been impressed this summer by anyone? 50K, main event, other broadcasts that you've watched? Are there names or players that stand out? You're like, well, that guy really had it going.
Man, I've been impressed by a lot of people. I mean, there's a lot of just, it's hard off the top of my head right now, but because I only commentated the 50 in the main.
Well, the 50, I was going to get at that because
obviously Phil
Hui
snapping it off. I mean,
well, how about? I mean, it seems to be the summer of all these great players. Stevie Chidwick takes down his first.
I didn't watch any of it.
Same,
but Chidwick to slide in and win the PLO was like made me happy. I felt a little warm, tingly feeling inside. I don't get jealous of these dudes. Like, I don't feel competitive with them. I like when great players get it done. It makes me very happy, even if they're assholes, which he's not. He's a sweet guy. I love Stevie, but like, even if I don't like him, the truth is, at the end of the day, if you've been a part of the grind and you're not a cheater, and you're snapping stuff off at the World Series, I'm happy.
Another one we couldn't watch was Bucky, Sean Buchanan.
Was that online?
Yeah, won an $800 online
love
bracelet.
Bucky, yeah.
Playing for how many years?
Blurb of that. Do it, Sean. Yeah, of course. Yeah, legend.
The thing I also wanted to get at is that every year we have this discussion about the Poker Hall of Fame. And we all know that in most sports, there's ongoing discussions for years and years and years about certain players.
Sure.
Who gets in. Pete Rose, he cheated, but does he get in based on
Rose
merit?
in the Hall already. He's got the most hits ever, and
I
bet
agree.
on his own team.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we doing?
Why is he not? He's not in the Hall of Fame?
Because he gambled on his own games.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Pete Rose isn't in the Hall of Fame?
I guess I didn't really.
This is one of the big snubs of our time in sports.
I probably did.
You're like a football kind of guy, though.
Well,
more,
I like
right?
I like baseball, I like
I hear
football,
you.
but I just I don't pay attention to the.
Okay, it was only 8 or 9 great years, but it was
Mattingly's not in the Hall?
Great years. Not
He was
in the
my
Hall.
favorite Yankee when I was a Yankee
He's
guy growing up.
everybody's favorite Yankee.
That mustache.
Anyway, yes.
Yeah, back to the Poker Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That, of course, is always a point of contention. There's always a lot of arguments for and against. We can debate the criteria all we want, but let's throw criteria out the window.
Okay.
What do you think the Hall of Fame in poker should be based off of? What are your criteria for the Hall of Fame?
Okay.
Whew. I haven't totally worked that out. I mean,
the reason I'm saying it, and I'll give you a bit more time to think, is that there's a lot of ways to look at it as it stands right now. The builder category, the player category,
right.
standing the test of time, the results in tournaments.
well, do people who've contributed greatly to sports, other sports, but weren't athletes get in? Because that's like there was talk about Matt Savage getting in. He's a pioneer in poker. He's a tournament director. I look at the Poker Hall of Fame as being for players. I don't know. But if we're putting in like people like that, he should get in. You know, like I don't run the Hall of Fame. I don't know how it works, so I don't know exactly what the situation is with something like that. Sometimes you see people who've done a lot for poker, but to me, I like to see great players who've had long careers get recognized for their ability in an empirical, undeniable way, and they get into the Hall of Fame based on that. I'm not too big on the ambassadorship or this person. Often when they say somebody's done a lot for the game, it means they've attracted they've grown the sport, or they've attracted like more bad players to come and play, and it becomes a kind of gross sort of like I don't know. It's not for me. I would put great players in who have real chops, and also the no limit guys get overlooked, and I guess the European players get super overlooked. This is kind of like an old boys club, this Hall of Fame, sort of a little bit of like, but it also just kind of is what it is. I mean, I don't know.
So the one name that stands out as someone who is lacking those marquee tournament results that people always gravitate towards is someone that you've played a lot with, David Oppenheim. And we talked before, and like you were unsure if he would ever get in because obviously there's a lot of people that have tons of bracelets, and that is like, oh, he has 6 bracelets, let's put him in the Hall of Fame. From your perspective, how much
is a Hall of Fame kind of number, by the way. I mean,
fair enough. But how much of a legend is Oppenheim? Because I feel like a lot of our viewers and a lot of the people that follow the tournament scene are probably completely unaware of what a legend is.
One of the greatest mixed game players of all time, maybe the best cash game player ever in that world of the high stakes of like the Bobby's Room sort of underworld. He's incredibly deserving based on chops. Having said that, he sort of made the choice to never play tournaments. Comes out maybe for the 50 and one other tournament a year. I appreciate the tournament resume. It's a very pure way of tracking results, you know. So, I mean, I wouldn't say he should get in over a Ted Forrest, even though I think he's a better. I mean, I don't want to like start whatever, but you know, Opie's consistency and ability to play at an extremely high level for a longer amount of time is pretty clear.
Yeah.
But Ted Forrest has a million amount of bracelets. He was a pioneer, so like you got to appreciate the tournament resumes. But Opie's a killer. If he wanted to come out and like grind the Rio mixed game tournaments every summer, he'd have racked up plenty of bracelets. You know,
while we're
it's
tossing
like,
out names here, another one, Remko doesn't think he should get in Huck Seed.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean,
Right,
Hucky.
insanity.
No, I'm sure you don't. You know, I know we talked about
this.
that a little
Yeah.
bit. I get that he sort of hasn't been around the poker community for a while, but I think he had a Hall of Fame kind of career. I just do. He has 4 bracelets.
He's still playing cash, right? Isn't he still grinding?
Not really right
What's
now.
he doing?
He's running in a field somewhere and meditating and going on fasts. And
Yeah.
look, Huck's a different kind of dude, but he has 4 bracelets. One of them is the main event, and he was a force in high-stakes poker for at least 5 years. But I like a force. I mean, it was Doyle, Chip, and Huck for a while, sitting there for years. And he's just a pillar of the kind of poker community, and he's not a sellout. Like, you know, he's just does what he does. I mean, I don't know, but like he's also a good friend of mine, and that's the thing. At the end of the day, we're always biased towards like our close friends, so it's hard.
He seems like a no-brainer, just resume.
Yeah.
There it is.
I think the
All list
resume's
of-
there.
Like, it's
For
all
sure.
there, right?
Yeah, I
That's-
think so.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
I walked that back a long time ago.
Sure.
But I also was more so trying to stir up stuff because
you love the Euros.
the Europeans are
Yeah, you love
overlooked.
them.
I think the
And-
Europeans are definitely overlooked.
But
I agree.
at the same time, the Hall of Fame is pretty flawed, and we can all agree on that. I just thought it was
Yes.
cool to give Oppenheim some love here because he's someone who's easily overlooked because he doesn't. When you go to Hendon Mob, you're like, I mean, who's this guy?
No, it's great that he got
Is
the
Barry
nod.
Bonds in the Baseball Hall of Fame?
He's not.
No.
Okay, there's another one. I got a problem with that one, too.
Yeah.
Well, he did do a lot of steroids. I mean, a lot.
Yeah, but he was a good hitter before the Voyage, He looked good, right?
I actually
Always
don't
swing the
know
bat.
even the steroid one. I don't know because a lot of them were on it, but I still don't. That's a tough
A lot
one.
of supplements out there that are kind of like
I know
steroids,
it's
right?
murky. I mean, but his head doubled in size. This fucking guy.
Well, maybe he's doing a lot of reading. I mean, you don't know.
no.
He's just-
Well, I mean,
No,
what
he was
about
doing the
Adderall
clear.
and poker? It's also kind of a drug to
You know what? That one.
okay.
That one. By the way,
There we are.
I've had some of these Adderall popping dudes like beating me pots at 3 a.m. when I'm kind of
Oh.
not sharp. I've resented it before, but it's a prescription drug. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
When
I
you
don't
came,
know.
when you first came to Las Vegas and you felt strong and rich enough to battle with these guys, who were you most intimidated by sitting down at the table?
Opie.
Because- Opie, really?
David
Yeah?
Oppenheim, Phil Ivey, Hennigan. These guys know who they are. You know, they play fast. They play fucking. I mean, live poker. It's a little bit of a different animal too. You know, it's that real presence. I mean, I started playing with Opie when I was 21, and I'm very thankful for it. He busted me a couple times, pretty much. Heads up, 3-handed, just straight busted me. I mean, I've lost the roll many times to some of these guys. Became a very close friend of mine, but he's a savage, man. I mean, this guy is like anybody who's played with Opie will tell you, it's not easy. You know, just across the board.
All right, before we let you go, we have this game called Too Many Questions. It's a list.
Sounds like we've already played that game,
We
but
play that game. We're going to continue this game. But this is a list of 555 questions.
Okay.
You get to name 3 numbers. The corresponding question will get asked.
okay.
Some shit is weird.
416 and 261.
Wait, 416?
416 and
Oh.
261 is what we're going for.
Okay, well, let's go number 4. What is the first life-changing moment that comes to mind
In my life in general,
your
or
life.
in my poker life?
in your life?
The first life-changing moment?
Here we go.
Jesus, Remko.
Put you in the tank right there.
Gonna get some tissues.
I mean, this is why I love this game because I have no clue what these questions are, and then when they come out,
I gotta
Sure.
just go to the next question.
next question.
Too tough for
Wow,
me.
too tough.
I don't know.
What about in poker? Was there like an eye-opening moment where like someone told you like one thing and it sort of opened your eyes to like, I don't know, maybe changing it up a little bit or you know, a piece of advice that, you know,
It's all kind of blended into one, you know? I don't have like a standout moment like that. I'll go with the baby for life changing.
There you
I
go.
guess.
There we go.
There
I
you
mean,
go,
Come
yeah.
on, I guess that's what a
Yeah.
lot of people say. But yeah, that one was like I mean, there's a release of like chemical. It's different. There's a euphoric kind of, I don't know, and something about that. It's like, of course, life changing. It made
Were you in the delivery room?
I was.
Yeah.
It was a C-section situation.
Sure.
I was there. I was almost passed out a couple.
Oh, my God.
I got a little squeamish, but yeah, I was in there.
It's no joke, man.
No, that's no joke.
fuck.
Surgery. It's so scary. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it's just so scary.
What was the second number you said?
16.
16. Keeping it low.
Yeah.
What's your favorite book and or movie of all time, and why did it speak to you so much?
Favorite movie is The Godfather, Goodfellas, Raging Bull, three-headed kind of monster. My favorite book is probably The Old Man and the Sea. Love that book. I don't know. My dad's a writer. He got me a book when I was a kid, The Elements of Style. It's like a grammar book. Hemingway, less is more.
Deep.
Never tried to be fancy, or whatever. It just, and there was, it's a great book. I don't know. I read it
reader?
like 100 times as a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you still read?
I read sometimes, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice. All right, final was 216?
I think it was 261, but we could do 216.
261. I'm not very good with numbers. 261. This is a fucking weird one.
Okay.
Lose my shit.
Tell me your biggest supernatural or paranormal fear.
I fear the unknown. I mean, I don't have a specific one, but I definitely look to the sky sometimes, and I don't fuck around with that stuff. Ghosts, everything, they might be out there. I'm trying to stay in my lane. Hopefully not ruffle any feathers. I don't know what's going on with the universe, but I'm just trying to.
That's what Huck's doing. He's trying to figure that stuff out.
Yeah.
Not looking to disrespect any of the forces that I don't understand, but I don't have a specific. I'm not afraid of goblins specifically or something crazy, but yeah.
All right, deep stuff.
Excellent.
Nick Schulman, thanks for joining us on the show.
Yeah.
Good luck with Ali. I know it's tough, but
night
shift has been fun.
Yes, sure. Yeah, no, come on, it's a main event. Let's go, boys.
Yeah.
A little more of the grind.
That was Nick
Thanks for doing
Schulman.
this,
Thanks
man.
for being on the show.
Yeah.